Today I'm going to show you some of the best oblique exercises of all time. What's going on, everybody? It's Blake Bowman here with GuerrillaZen Fitness, and in today's video I'm going to show you some of my favorite oblique training exercises. To begin, your oblique muscles are on the sides of your core here, okay? And they function to flex the trunk laterally like this. They also function to prevent that from happening. And they also function to rotate the trunk and also to prevent rotation from happening. Keep in mind that the obliques are very weak in the majority of the population. And when your obliques become weak, not only does that take away from your overall strength and power, but it can cause a lot of different postural issues as well. Posterior pelvic tilt and anterior pelvic tilt. These are all postural distortions of the pelvis that can form from having weak obliques. Most people in the world are overtraining their abs, the rectus abdominis, and they're vastly undertraining their obliques, and today we're going to fix that. So we're going to use those four functions of the obliques that I discussed earlier: rotation, anti-rotation, lateral flexion, and anti-lateral flexion to train the obliques. All right, with no further delay, these are my favorite exercises. Okay, so this is a great anti-lateral flexion exercise, and it's just called a side plank, okay? So the way that you do this is you're going to place your elbow down directly underneath one of your shoulders, okay? And you're going to pull that arm bone kind of back into the joint socket like this. Don't let it roll forwards like this. That's probably going to bother your shoulders. So kind of pull it back, and then stack your feet on top of one another and simply lift your hips up like this. You're holding this position, neutral spine, and you're squeezing these obliques here. If this is too hard for you, you could do this on your knees like this, okay? But the obliques closest to the floor are the obliques working during this exercise. So right then I was working my right side. To keep yourself balanced, you want to do the same thing on the other side, and you're squeezing right here, okay? If you want to make this more challenging, then you can superset this with what I call side plank bends, supersetted with side plank. So at the beginning of your set, instead of just holding that, if you want to kind of pre-fatigue the obliques to make this more challenging, you can come up and then down. So this is a little bit of active trunk lateral flexion, but then you'd be holding it right here and practicing the anti-lateral flexion after having pre-fatigued those muscles, okay? That's a little bit more of an advanced variation. If you're still doing the knee version, then you probably don't even want to attempt that. Okay, so this exercise is called a single arm farmer's carry, okay? So you're basically just getting a heavy weight, you're picking it up with one arm, maintaining good posture, not letting the weight pull you to the side, but also not hyper compensating by leaning the other direction. Try to stay as perfectly upright and vertical as you can. As you begin to walk forward, keeping your core braced, walking in a straight line while holding the weight, okay? For that, what I just did was not a working set. You need to go a lot further and longer, but you want to switch sides on that one and do about 30 seconds on each side. All right, so these are called side bends. You can do this on a back extension machine, or you can also do this laying over a stability ball, but I love this exercise. Basically how to do it is you put your hip into a back extension machine, you stack your feet on top of each other just like mine are, okay? Put the hand that's closest to the ceiling on the hip, let this hand hang, kind of draw the navel in a little bit and squeeze the abs. Allow gravity to pull you down, and then exhale, pull your body back up, okay? This is an active lateral flexion exercise. You're working the oblique muscles that are closest to the ceiling here, okay? So right there I was working my left side. You would obviously want to keep this balanced by following it up with the right side. For this, I like to do like 4 sets of 20 reps. All right, so this is called a Pavlov press. Basically, you can do this with a resistance band or with a cable machine, but you want to set the cable at about the same height as your solar plexus, okay? You want to grab it with both hands, lace your fingers around it, get into like a decently wide stance, bend your knees here, pull it into your chest, and then press straight out like this, okay? This is an anti-rotation exercise because with weight on here, it's literally pulling you this way. It's gonna try to rotate your body, okay? The weight load is going to do that. You're going to resist that rotation and make sure that your body stays oriented forward. Everything, toes, head, chest, shoulders, everything is pointing straight forward. You do not let the resistance pull you off to the side, okay? Keep your core very braced and tight the whole time, like you're anticipating a punch to the gut. Exhale as you stick out your arms out. Just like that. It's pretty simple. you'd want to do about 4 sets of 15 facing that way, 4 sets of 15 facing this way. Okay, so these are 2 rotational exercises for the obliques. One is a classic cable wood chop, the other one is a reverse cable wood chop. To do a cable wood chop, you're going to start with the cable up above your head, you're going to lace your fingers around the cable, you're going to come off to the side, maintain good posture, you're going to exhale and chop down at a diagonal angle towards the hip. Try to keep everything oriented forwards here. Okay, it's just your arms that are moving. Okay, 4 sets of 15 each side, so facing this way, and then you would want to face this way and do the same thing. And to do the reverse, okay, these work different fibers of the obliques. Okay, so it's important, if you're doing that one, you want to be doing the reverse cable wood chop as well. But basically for this, you just change up the angle. So you're, instead of going at a downwards diagonal angle, now you're going at an upwards diagonal angle. You're starting with it below your hips, somewhere around the knee level. Step out, big exhale, go upwards across your body. Just like that. Okay, same rep range for this as you used with the regular cable wood chop. All right, there you have it. Those are all of my favorite oblique training exercises. I really hope that those helped you out. If they did, then let me know with a comment down below. Also, let me know what you want to see me make videos on, right? I'm always looking for new topics to discuss in my videos, and I'm very open to what you all have to say, right? You guys support my channel, and I want to make content that's tailored to what you want to see. So leave me a comment down below and tell me what you want me to make a video on. Now, I mentioned earlier that having weak obliques can distort your posture, okay? And because of that, you know, posture is an epidemic in our society, and I've actually made a posture guide called Posture: The Ultimate Life Hack. And what this does is this guide teaches you how to use corrective exercises to improve your own posture. Now, you can get my free posture guide, Posture: The Ultimate Life Hack, by clicking this button right here. If this doesn't work for you, then it's probably because you're watching it on mobile or some other device other than computer. And because of that, I've included a link to that button in the description down below. Both this button and that link in the description down below will take you to a page on my website where I'll ask you for your email. As soon as you enter in your email, I'll send you your copy of Posture: The Ultimate Life Hack right away. So go ahead and make sure you do that. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do that by clicking this button right over here. I'm uploading on here 3 times a week now. So, you know, again, like I said earlier, subscribe to the channel, and if there's a video that you want me to make that you haven't found yet on my channel, then leave me a comment down below. Other than that, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you next time.